Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Now, a report earlier today suggested that Pablo Fornals is trying to persuade Sevilla striker En-Nesyri to join West Ham this summer. Now that contradicts another report earlier in the week which suggested that David Moyes has got two priority signings to make. Number one, Jesse Lingard. A bit obvious. And number two, a number one striker. Also pretty obvious. But what that report did suggest was that his number one striker is no longer the Sevilla En-Nesyri. It's actually Blackburn Rovers' Adam Armstrong. Now, I've seen a little bit of him and I like what I've seen. However, he's got a goal drought. Only 3 goals in 3 months for Blackburn in the Championship since the turn of the year, the calendar year. Only 3 goals. And like I said, I've seen a bit of him. You've probably seen a bit of him as well. However, I decided to catch up with Dirk from Blackburn Rovers. What a channel name, by the way. Blackburn Rovers. I like it. I like what he did. Anyway, I caught up with him and decided to ask him a few questions because while we've seen a little bit here and there, he watches him week in, week out. He knows all about Adam Armstrong, so I decided to ask him what kind of player he is, whether he'd fit David Moyes' system, and if he's good enough for the Premier League. And also 20 to 25 million, the reported fee, that's a big lump of money. So is he worth it? Anyway, here's what Dirk. Dirk, first of all, thank you for joining us. How you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Right, let's get straight into it. Mr. Adam Armstrong. We're after a dummy's guide to Adam Armstrong from you. What type of striker is he? How would you describe him to someone that's only seen him a few times?
Okay. Well, he's been with us for a few years now. I think we initially got him on loan from Newcastle when we were in League One, and there was a bit of concern about him, thinking that he can't cut it at League One level, but he definitely stood up to that challenge and returned us with a few goals in that part of his stay with Rovers. I think he just got shy of double figures, but he was only on loan. But it was good enough for Mowbray to make the purchase and bring him in on a full-time deal. But since then, he's kind of gone on. Each season he seems to get better or more prolific, I would say. I'm not going to lie, but his main attribute is his incredible pace. He has got incredible pace, which does give him great opportunity to burst past the defenders of the opposition. And yeah, he's definitely the best striker we've had since, at this level anyway, at Championship level, since Jordan Rhodes. He has gone a little bit off the grain since January. Maybe the links to West Ham, and that have kind of turned his head a little bit, and he's already got one eye out the door or something like that. So he's definitely going to be a miss if he does go, because we don't have the caliber of striker to replace those goals, and especially at this level, at Championship level, those kind of strikers are kind of like rocking horse poop. You know what I mean? They're kind of rare. So yeah, I think if it does go through to West Ham, you're going to get yourself a bit of value, especially in the transfer market the way it is these days. You guys forked out 45 million on Sebastian Haller or something like that, and that kind of didn't go to plan for you guys. Whereas this guy, if it goes the way I'm looking at it, and I've read the reports, that it will be around about. We're hoping for 15 million, but you might even go get it for a song. You might get it real cheap because it's approaching 12 months for his contract, so you might even get him cheaper than that. So for you guys, I think it's a win-win. You probably, if it does go through, you'll get an English striker, which will apply to the older the Brexit criteria. You don't have to worry about any work permits and things like that. A young striker, 24 years of age, excellent pace. Just look at what happened yesterday with Ollie Watkins, getting from last season. He was in the Championship, banging goals in. Now he's in the England international setup. He's been in the under 21 fold a couple of years ago, but it'll be a big loss for us. But we are kind of playing towards his strengths to kind of suit his style, and I think we accept the fact that he's going. But
well, one thing, like you said, you can play to his strengths. At West Ham, we probably won't do that. He's going to have to suit the way that we play. So how good is he in the air? Because at West Ham, there's a sort of requirement that you've got to be decent, at least aerially.
Right. Well, I'd say that's probably one of his weaker attributes. He's been renowned for the past couple of seasons anyway for scoring some goal of the season contenders, long range specials and things like that. And on occasion, especially recently, he's been in prime position to add to his tally, and he's kind of been guilty of missing some real nailed-on chances that, the striker of his caliber 6 months ago in October, November, or whatever it was, he would have easily put them in the back of the net. But maybe confidence or head or distraction is changing the way it is. And, I'm sure that happens, a common thing, especially for a bigger club. And if it does go through, he would be swapping right now a championship struggle for potentially European football with West Ham if everything goes well with you guys. Not necessarily Champions League. You might just hang in there for Europa League. It's going to be tough. But for him, that's like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory ticket. You know what I mean? He's going from one extreme to the other in a matter of things. Just like Jared Bowen. Look at his old team now, League One, and he's now singing it large in the Premier League and on the cusps of a really tremendous season for West Ham.
Just quickly then, yes or no answer. I've got another couple of questions for you, but yes or no. A striker playing for West Ham under David Moyes, you need to be decent in the air. You've got to have a little bit of pace because we'd like to play counter-attacking football. You've got to work hard. If you don't work hard under David Moyes, you ain't playing, basically. As simple as that. He's probably going to have to do some tracking back at times and probably cover for a winger or something. Does Adam Armstrong tick most of these boxes?
Definitely got the pace, 100%. I can't even lie about that one. The in the air, he's not been renowned for his heading ability, and I actually bring that up a lot these days, especially because we're in a bit of a slump right now. That we hardly ever play the ball in the air, and we've got some taller attackers, but they're played out on the wings, and the guy in the middle is usually Adam Armstrong, and we don't see that ball go in the air because he's quite small. So that's definitely a Achilles heel. Tracking back, yes, and I'm sure his approach to the game will definitely change if he's in the Premier League and in consideration to start. Like, there's the motivation there because he's an ambitious fella and he wants to play at the highest level. He wants to play for England, so he would definitely step up. But because of his I see him as a full tank of gas. Once if he busts his gut forward and tries to get the ball and then loses it, how much of that gas is left? Like when you play like Need for Speed 2 or something. I'll show my age here. Need for Speed 2, and you're out of gas, or it does take him a little bit of time to recover, but he does give 100%. But tracking back, I wouldn't say is his strong suit, but once provided with the motivation that you're at the top level now, Adam. You gotta. And again, I don't think he was going to walk straight from Blackburn Rovers into the first team at West Ham. I don't think so. I think he'll take a bedding in time. 3 or 4 months maybe, especially if it in the summer it could be a good time to acclimatise. But also, just to let don't get your hopes up. There is Brighton are also sniffing around as well, so there might be a bit of a bidding war, which we hope that there is a bit of a bidding war to make to improve our finances. But no, I think it would be a great investment for West Ham. And I always look at our players and I think, can they cut out of the Premier League? When I go through the roster, and there are a few, but and I don't not disrespecting West Ham. Generically they're a mid-table Premier League club. I definitely don't think Adam Armstrong could go much higher than West Ham. I think that for him, at this stage of his career, this is like, he would be punching above his weight, but definitely, I think he definitely deserves to be in the Premier League. But I was ultimately thinking he was going to go to like a Fulham or a one that would be maybe a team that got promoted. But West Ham would be great, especially with Moyes. Yeah, I think you're onto a winner, but he has got his weaknesses.
The rumoured transfer fee at our end, I think, is 20 to 25 million, because obviously you've got to give a chunk of that to Newcastle, so that's why the fee is so big. Is he worth that, do you think? Do you think he's worth 20 to 25 million?
I'd say on a if he had a longer contract for sure, but because of the 12-month situation and his age, I think he's like 24 or something like that. I don't know about the Bosman or whatever the ruling is. If he reaches that criteria where a tribunal will be in place. But I would, I think we were looking, especially when he was banging in the goals at the start of the season and he was on fire. I would say he was definitely a 20 million pound striker. But I think because of the amount of time left on his contract, if he doesn't sign it, if he signs an extension and then we sell him on, then which I always question the player's loyalty and all that. Why don't you just sign the deal? Give us an extra few million to we're not flush with cash these days. and then we'll let you go. But that's, I guess, agents have the way. I think 20 million is a good price these days for a player under contract, but because he's on hit the ticking time bomb, and we want him to sell him because we don't want to lose him for nothing. Like Josh King, we lost. He went to Bournemouth and his contract ran out. We were hoping to get a sell-on fee from that, but that's not happening. So yeah, I think you'll get a good value for 20 million, but you probably will get them cheaper. If I'm
well, Dirk, thank you very much. Massively appreciate you joining us.
No problem. And if we ever do get to the Premier League, I'll hunt you down and we'll do it again.
Good man. And there you have it. Dirk's opinion on Adam Armstrong, and in all honesty, I think he's made me a little bit more nervous for some reason. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, whether he's made you a bit more comfortable with the prospect of signing Armstrong, a little bit nervous like myself. Thought he was a bit hesitant on the valuation, didn't seem to tick all that David Moyes' boxes for me. Thanks to Dirk for popping on. Like I said, his channel's in the description below. Blackburn Rovers, still love that name. Something different for the channel, so if you enjoyed this concept, let me know. I might try a few more of these kind of things. I've got a little bit of time on my hands now, and I'm all up for trying something new. I'll try anything once, I once said. And that's probably the last time I'm going to say that to some certain people. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I shall see you in a bit with the Arsenal preview.